meeting to order, Worthington City Council regular meeting, 5:30 p.m. Monday, May 12th, 2025, City Hall Council Chambers. If I could have everybody rise, say the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Nice day out there. We do have a change in our agenda. We are removing H8, which is the approval of AT grant agreement and supporting documents for East Okabena Lake Trail project.
Move to close the agenda with a change.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, on to a public hearing, East Flower Lane Engineering, case item 1.
Move to public hearing.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Hearing presentation.
Afternoon, everyone. This is for East Flower Lane Extension public hearing. The project objectives are provide infrastructure to support the South Shore apartment development and future development. Realign East Flower Lane to serve residential and future commercial and industrial uses. This project was initiated under Council Resolution number 2024-12-94. This is under Minnesota Statute 429, and this is one of the first hearing, two of the first hearing required by law, and this is only an assessment, proposed assessment hearing, and all the affected property owners are notified and given a chance to object or appeal. And this is the project location. It's south of the town, where the West Gateway Drive is. And this southeast corner lot there is the current Casey's. The road goes right north of the Casey's lot and extending towards west. Currently, there's no street system or any utilities at all. Stormwater drains via overland flow. Sanitary and water services stubbed out to the west from the Westgate driveway from 2018. And what we're proposing is about 1,300 feet west from West Gateway Drive, about with 36 feet wide street. We're installing curb and gutter, sidewalk and trail, storm sewer with regional detention pond, and sanitary and water system extending lots. The street will be 10-ton design with high density and commercial traffic. We will bid out with both bituminous and concrete option. We will have 5 feet sidewalk on the south and an 8-foot trail on the north side of the street. And storm sewer, we're using reinforced concrete pipe with regional pond provides detention and water quality treatment, and development keepers are providing additional water quality measures with their own lots. Also, we will install 8-inch sanitary sewer and 10-inch water main with fire hydrant and service lateral included. We this coordinated with master plan for the future system looping towards crossing the railroad and tied into the First Avenue Southwest system. We're projecting about a little under $2 million project cost, and we received about 1.14 MnDOT Turnback Fund, and of that, about $740,000 will be used. Assessment will be about $970,000. The city will spend about $270,000 for this project. Any questions?
The city portion, was that in the budget?
No, it wasn't in the budget, and we went through a budget amendment a couple months ago.
Anybody else have anything? Any testimony from anybody in the audience?
motion to close.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Council is requested to pass a resolution order improvements and preparation of plans for East Flower Lane extension required by State Statute 429 to proceed with the assessment project. Staff recommends council pass the resolution in Exhibit 1.
I move to approve the resolution, or to pass the resolution.
Second.
Okay, have a motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. On to the consent agenda, we have minutes from the regular city council meeting minutes of April 28th, 2025, special city council meeting minutes of April 23rd, 2025, minute boards and commissions, park and recreational advisory board meeting minutes of April 30th, 2025, water and light commission meeting minutes of April 21st, 2025. We've got renewal application for dance license, Learning Event Center, application for temporary on-sale liquor license for the Tanoka Bay windsurfing, application for permit or to block streets for the Tanoka Bay windsurfers. We've got approved girls softball association agreement, approved 2025 Worthington Soccer League agreement, and dock permits and bills payable.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Third.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. On Public Works, adoption resolution accepting donation from Early Risers for Wellness.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Last fall, city staff was approached by members of the Worthington Early Riser Kiwanis group wondering if the city would have any interest in placing a permanent cornhole game in Chautauqua Park. These new cornhole boards would be made of concrete and would be out there permanently. They would replace two of the existing horseshoe pits that are in Chautauqua Park. The cornhole board idea was presented to the Park and Recreation Advisory Committee at their March 5th, 2025 meeting and was unanimously approved. Earlier this spring, city staff was notified that the Early Risers group had raised enough donations to purchase two cornhole games, and they have since been paid for and delivered. City staff will start installing these boards as soon as time permits. Included in your packet is a resolution accepting the donation, Exhibit 3, and council action is requested to adopt the resolution accepting the donation of the cornhole games and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign any necessary agreements. A couple things about them. They're made of concrete. They'll be out there permanently. We'll have a concrete pad that they sit on. We will have the bags are available that came with the games. They will be in a rural mailbox kind of thing, so people can have them there and use them. And we hope that the public respects our property and puts them back as they use them. And if they don't, people will have to bring their own. We think it's a great addition to our park. Want to commend the Early Riser Kiwanis group. We have a few of them here, as a matter of fact.
And one with bags, so it looks like he's gonna demo or something.
I think they brought them along, so I want to commend them. They've done a wonderful job of making improvements in that park, and we're proud to have them as partners. So I don't know if council has anything to ask, questions to ask them, or do you guys want to say anything? I think they raised this. It was about $2,500, and I think they raised it just amongst their group without any outside donations. So
That's wonderful.
Come on up.
Claire? Yeah, Claire.
This started out the last spring. Roger Johnson came up. He asked me if he had played this game up north with his family, and so he brought it up. I said that sounded like a good idea. So then I went and talked to Todd and said he'd been thinking about it, and so we, as a group, we got together. Every dollar of this comes from the membership. And we passed a resolution that with the playground and the dock, so you as a city and the community have given us about $500,000. So we as a club thought this would be a gift back to the community and the city. So,
Thank you.
Thank you
Any
very much.
questions?
Thank you.
So where were you spending?
You got it.
Way over.
I would make a motion to accept the donation.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Are they out there already? I thought I saw.
The boards are out there, but we don't have the concrete pad for it,
got it.
so they will be out there. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor, Council. First on the agenda is a change of zone request from Fertilizer Dealer Supply for parcel 310981-000 and a portion of 310980-000. Fertilizer Dealer Supply is requesting a change of zone from 2Z Transition Zone and B3 General Business District to M1 Light Manufacturing District for property located south of Gateway Drive and immediately adjacent to Highway 59/60. At its May 6th meeting, the City Planning Commission held a public hearing and voted unanimously to recommend approval of the requested change of zone. And if you go on in your packet, you can see what they based their decision on there. Should council agree with the findings of the Planning Commission, may approve the requested change of zone by approving the ordinance shown in Exhibit 1E. And I will note this ordinance only requires one reading to pass. Council action is requested.
I want to comment, I had a couple of calls on this. There's some confusion out there that this might be a full-blown manufacturing fertilizer plant, and that, so if you could address that.
Yeah, so I'll reiterate a little bit of what they said at the public hearing. Fertilizer Dealer Supply is primarily a parts retailer, parts specific to fertilizer equipment, some new pull-behind implements, but not a ton. No fertilizer, no chemicals, nothing of that nature. Primarily a parts retailer.
That'd be a nice addition to.
Absolutely. I know that there was some constituent that they have some groundwater, there's some tile out there that probably would go undisturbed or, but.
Yeah, we've looked into that. We know where that's at. It's not as big as they said, but
Yeah.
we're aware of it. It's a private tile line that we're gonna work around, so. And they will be back for a conditional use permit under city code, so you'll see them back here again next month.
Question did come up on planning commission whether
Yes.
we're concerned about whether it was going to be a fertilizer manufacturer or if they were going to stockpile fertilizer products itself on site. And the company assured us that they are essentially an equipment retailer for commercial or self-application, ag application of their product.
And those types of heavier manufacturing uses won't be allowed under this zoning district that they're requesting here. Anything that's gonna be really kind of chemical heavy or process heavy in that regard that would impact surrounding properties is not allowed in the M1 district. You'd have to go to an M2, which is our heavier of our two industrial districts, so.
It's a company that's well established and they're expanding into our territory. So it's good to see them into our community.
As a former running manager for many years, I'm glad to see you come in. It's gonna be very fortunate for all plants around here. So, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the change of zone request.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
Thank you. Number 2 here, this is consideration of a purchase agreement for 4 different parcels. And I'm sorry, I should have included a map here. These are the parcels directly north of Bioverse, up there on Research Lane there. In September 2024, council accepted a letter of intent from Ephraim Patino Properties to purchase approximately 8.7 acres of land in the city's Bioscience Industrial Park for a new warehouse center with office and storage space. Mr. Patino submitted a purchase agreement for council's consideration shown in Exhibit 2. The proposed offer would acquire all 4 parcels at the city's asking price of $247,034. And like I said, that does include currently 4 separate parcels along Research Lane, kind of up in that corner before the road turns. The acquisition will be subject to a conditional use permit and other necessary steps to fulfill the city's obligations in selling property. Council action is requested.
With this, has anybody ever said with this, maybe cut down a little bit on the semi-traffic at their current
expansion primarily, but also they can get their trucks out of downtown, stored up there.
You've gotta have some skilled drivers with semis on Fourth and 11th, I'm sure,
Yeah.
to get back in there.
Well, probably not all that good for our streets either,
You
but,
know.
I'd make a motion to accept the purchase agreement.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Engineering.
My second item is to approve plans for North Ray Drive extension and authorize the advertisement for bids. City staff has prepared the plans and specifications for the North Ray Drive extension project, which is included in the 2025 capital improvement plan. This project is scheduled for construction during the 2025 season. Staff is requesting that the city council approve the plans and specifications and authorize the advertisement for bids. The bids will be received until 2 p.m. on June 4, 2025, and will be brought forward for consideration of award at the June 9, 2025 city council meeting. Staff recommends council pass the resolution approving the plan and authorize advertisement for bids in Exhibit 2.
I would move to pass the resolution.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Third item, award the contract for Service Drive and Service Road improvement. The bid opening for the 2025 Service Drive and Service Road improvement project was held on Wednesday, May 7, 2025 at 2 p.m. The bid result will be made public once the council awarded the contract to the lowest responsible bidder. The lowest bid for the bituminous option submitted by Dunning Inc. is $1,662,700.80. For the concrete option submitted by Ideal Construction Group Inc. is $1,936,468.75. Staff recommends that the council award the contract to the lowest responsible bidder for bituminous option, I-road bituminous option, purely because of the differences in thinking about the assessment. But it's really up to you guys which one to go with. Both are great options.
How much heavy traffic is gonna be on this road?
It is connected with a 60, Trunk Highway 60, but it's only right in, right out. So it's not gonna be as used as much as we think it would. Like those heavy semis, I don't think it's gonna be a main route for them to come through Service Road or Service Drive. We only think maybe the semi trucks for delivery to Heartland Tire or some commercial, those tires, those, but not regular semi-traffic.
It
And
probably
it's all-
more when they do Oxford Street, but that'd be about it.
Yep.
Otherwise, truck traffic, all of a sudden, they're gonna be lost and they're gonna end up going into residential with their trucks.
Right. And it's gonna be a 30-mile-an-hour traffic too.
Now tell me again, which street is this?
Which street?
Yeah.
It's a street in front of the Heartland, the south of Heartland Tire right now, just north of Oxford Street, way on the east end, where the roundabout is.
Like in car credit.
It goes like,
Oh.
Car credit. And that's both road, North Road and the South Road both.
Okay. And the difference was 1.9 for concrete and the other one was
1.6, and difference is about just under $300,000.
And that's so the turn back money too as well.
No, this will be with LRIP State
Okay.
Fund. I have a case item later on explaining that too.
It's like $270,000 difference.
Yes, 273,767.95.
How thick is the bituminous?
5-inch.
The concrete is 5 inches also.
Concrete would be 7-inch.
I think there'd be more
hard to tell, yes. There will be,
They change a lot of truck tires
Yes.
there.
For the 200 and some thousand, that almost go with the concrete.
and just note that the $273,000 will be added onto assessment part. And there's only a handful property people to share with, so just note that.
Would the,
Just three.
would the state facility happen to use that road for their trucks? Or
It's
the
really hard to
snowplows?
tell with only right in, right out. The main traffic going through 60 will not go through there. They'll just take the roundabout and go straight east or just use Oxford.
If they're coming in with full loads from the highway north, they'll turn and go right. They come in loaded, they'll go back out
Right.
empty on the other road.
If they're taking the service road, it will be full semi all the way, especially the north road drive.
I think it would be too congested, I think they'll still use their main in and out, from, right, when they turn off of 60. Too much turning, and if there's too much car traffic
Right.
along there, they'll be parked on both sides of the road again.
Well, there'll be parking out there. I might slow some of the truck traffic.
It's hard though that we don't want it to cost the city a lot of money in the long run either.
Right.
Right.
So with, I'll just lay out everything. I went to MnDOT conference last winter and they're not recommending seal coat anymore, but they're not against seal coat. It was just really hard to prove that it's helping or not helping. So right now, we're up in the air to do or not to do.
So if you didn't seal coat, you would have to just redo the road. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
in
saying?
20 years, we'll do that anyways in 20 years, mill and overlay, without seal coat. But MnDOT just didn't have a full support documentation behind if seal coat is helping to extend the life of the road or not.
They could probably raise prices up because they don't
Right.
seal coating, and it's getting more expensive.
Right.
So using city engineering, you're comfortable with my tunes?
Yeah, absolutely, and especially when we're using 5 inch instead of 2.5 to 3 inches we've been using before for residential and commercial. We thickened up the 5 inch bituminous too, which should be a lot thicker, a lot more sustainable.
Of course, feel confident too, there's a lot of frost boils in front of Grand Tiger, there are usually 3 or 4, pretty seasonal, and whether we go down deep enough, to put a good base on it for bituminous versus concrete.
Right.
Concrete curb and gutter.
Yes, either way, concrete curb and gutter, yes.
What kind of expense would there be for seal coating or having to resurface, like more time
Resurfacing,
versus?
in 20 years, we're looking about $230,000 to just mill and overlay top 2 or 3 inches.
For each time,
Yes.
and you probably do it twice the concrete.
At 40-year mark, we'll do a peel and pave, remove entire thickness instead of just mill and overlay. By the time the bottom 2 or 3 inches will be over life
It's about
expectancy.
a wash then.
Right.
It was a lot of fun putting it into that place for service.
Flag drivers, wagons, might not be loaded, but wider.
And how much difference was there again?
$273,000.
So the first mill and overlay would
Cover that.
be there.
I would go with concrete.
I think so too.
In the long term, I think it'll be cheaper for the city and for the property owner.
And so the biggest problem is we don't have enough businesses to assess, keep the cost down.
I don't
That's
know
what the
if keeping
issue
costs down is the right way to explain, but it just assessment will go
To
that
spread the
much.
cost among.
Yeah.
Instead of like 20, 30, 40 residents, there's only 7 or or 6 residents along that street. But one of them is a very big, the Sun Gold Height, that's one of the biggest frontage, and Heartland Tire is double frontage there too, but there's a little bit of reduction calculation, frontage reduction calculation, so that would help a little bit more.
That's a tough one.
I'll make a motion to approve with using concrete.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh,
Opposed, same sign. Okay, so we have 3-1. Passed. Okay.
My fourth item is resolution pertaining to intent to bond for costs incurred in making public improvements. To comply with federal tax regulations and Minnesota State Statute Section 429, the city must adopt a resolution stating its intent to reimburse itself with bond proceeds for project costs incurred before bonds are issued. It is common for the city to cover early project expenses using internal funds and issue bond later when project cost justifies it. Staff recommends that the City Council approve the reimbursement resolution shown in Exhibit 3 for the Service Drive and Service Road Improvement Project, and Exhibit 4 for the North Ray Drive Extension Project. The amount listed in each resolution are approximately 10% higher than the current project estimates to allow for cost adjustments.
motion to approve resolution.
2 resolutions.
Motion and seconded. Any further discussion?
Separate or together?
Separate will be better, just to make it clear.
Motion and seconded. Any further discussion?
For Service Drive.
Service Drive.
Service Drive, yes. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Motion to approve for the North Ray Drive Extension Project.
Second.
We have a motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
My fifth item is public meeting notice for review of stormwater pollution prevention plan. The City of Worthington is regulated under Phase 2 of the Federal Stormwater Program for Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System, MS4. As part of this program, the city is required to maintain coverage under a statewide NPDES permit and implement a stormwater pollution prevention plan, the SWIP. The SWIP must address 6 key areas: public education and outreach, public involvement and participation, illicit discharge detention and elimination, construction site stormwater runoff control, post-construction stormwater management, pollution prevention, and good housekeeping for municipal operation. One of the permit requirements is to hold an annual public meeting to provide residents an opportunity to comment on the city's SWIP. Staff recommends scheduling this public meeting for Monday, June 23rd, 2025 during the regular city council meeting at 5:30 p.m. at City Hall. The meeting will include a presentation of the draft annual report, a summary of activities completed over the past year, and an outline of goal moving forward. Residents may submit written or verbal comments on the SWIP through June 13, 2025. All comments will be reviewed and any necessary adjustments will be considered for inclusion in the final report submitted to the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. A copy of SWIP is available at the city engineer's office and online. The city recommends council approve to publish the meeting notice at least 30 days in advance.
Second.
Okay, motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
My sixth item, approval of LRIP grant agreements and supporting documents for Service Drive and Service Road Improvements Project. The City of Worthington has been awarded approximately $1.44 million in Local Road Improvement Program, LRIP, funding from the state of Minnesota for the Service Drive and Service Road Improvement Project. In Included in Exhibit 5 is the LRIP grant agreement along with the following supporting documents. Exhibit A, 5A is completed sources and uses of fund schedule. Exhibit 5B is project schedule, workforce certificate, and equal pay certificate. Exhibit 5C is a resolution bond finance property certification. Exhibit 5D is grant application. 5E is grantee resolution approving grant agreement. Exhibit 5F is general terms and conditions. Staff recommends that the council approve the LRIP grant agreement in Exhibit 5 along with resolution in Exhibit 5C and 5E.
Motion to approve the LRIP grant agreement.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Okay, for the,
Resolution Exhibit 5C and 5E.
yeah, 5C and 5E, we gotta do those separately, right?
Move to approve the resolution and, or 5C.
Second.
Okay, then motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Also, for,
Move to approve the resolution in 5E.
Second.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried.
My 7th item is vacation of utility easement. The city of Worthington holds a public utility easement in the southeast corner of parcel 31-0687-100, northeast of Casey's at 1097 West Gateway Drive, shown in Exhibit 6. The purpose of the easement was to cover a sanitary sewer stub that the gas station service line then branches off of. With the recent approval of the plat of South Shore Apartments, this easement area is now in the right-of-way, East Flower Lane, and the easement is no longer needed. To clear up the title to the property, it is requested this easement to be vacated. The Water and Light Commission recommended approval of the request at the May 5, 2025 meeting. Council is requested to approve the vacation of the easement by passing the resolution shown in Exhibit 7.
Move to approve the vacation of the easement.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Last thing quick, I have a little note about the construction here. 9th Street and 4th Avenue intersection is closed right now and will be closed for about a month or a little longer than a month. That goes around time with the windsurfing regatta in June 13 and 14 week. With that regatta, we usually close the Lake Street from 2nd Avenue to all the way 4th, 5th Avenue. Just to note that during the regatta weekend, the 2 parallel streets are going to be closed, just to advising using the 10th and 11th Street to go through the town.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks.
Okay, we're gonna be on to committee reports. I have nothing. Amy?
No report other than great progress on the trail end of the park. It's really good.
Mike?
I wanted to bring up during mine is, I think you all got the action alert from CDMC last week. The Senate passed out of their committee the tax bill, and it includes a $20 million cut to LGA, which affects our local budget to around $120,000 a year. That's a 2 to 3% tax levy increase by itself. So I think it's imperative that all of us elected and city staff, city administrator, call Senator Weber, call Representative Fogelman, and express our official letter or an email or a call. If I were you, I would, you know, and even maybe talk to the area mayors, so we can get some.
Get some teeth into it.
They, didn't touch a home tax credit bill that primarily benefits the metro. They cut that at all. So, you know, it's imperative that we call the effect on real estate taxes. It's a $5 cut per capita in outstate versus a $2 cut in metro. So it's imperative that we express our dissatisfaction. And they want to hear from you. So they want to hear from the electeds out in State Minnesota. So thank you.
Yep, thank you. Chris?
I just had a planning commission meeting and you heard most of what that entailed tonight, so, other than that, no report.
Motion to adjourn. So moved. Second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.